Hey there, this is Jerry, and just sending out another video. Um, I'm here in Idaho. I delivered my load out to Utah. Ended up spending the day there. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about the life of a truck driver. And the lighting's probably not too well in here, but I'm sure you can see me. But anyway, just wanted to talk about some points as far as truck driving goes. That a lot of people who don't drive a truck aren't aware of. I was kind of thinking about it as I was driving along this evening. One of the things is, we find a lot of vehicles, cars especially, when they're getting onto the highway, they kind of expect the truck to move over, and we're pretty long, and a lot of times we can't move over, and you can't see that as you're getting onto the highway, and really, not to sound negative about it, but it's not our job pretty much to move over every time we see a car coming off. If it's a stream of traffic coming off an exit ramp, might be a good idea if you can move over. But a lot of times, you'll see cars getting off on the exit ramp, no directional, as they're merging into traffic, usually doing under the speed limit, quite under, usually like 35, 40 miles an hour as they're getting onto a highway. And out here in the West, speed limit's 75 miles an hour. So 40's really low. If you're in, a city such as Seattle and you're getting on, it's a good idea to look. Whether you be in a truck or a car. And then other points, that come to mind are, when you're going up a hill, a steep grade, and you have a truck that's in front of you, you might get aggravated because the truck's saying, geez, why is this guy going so slow? Well, you have to remember, he's 80,000 pounds. And trying to pull that up a hill, he's trying to keep steady on his speed. Now, if you pass him and then you pull in front of him and slow down, then that really just makes things rather difficult for us. We have to downshift. We lose our road speed. The other thing is when you're traveling behind a truck, you want to keep a safe distance behind the truck, because if you're too close, we can't see you behind us. And if we had to stop short for whatever reason and you were behind us, that could be a bad situation. Bad weather, whether that be rain or snow, you just want to kind of keep your distance. We have a lot of blind spots that we can't see out of. You have to understand, we have two mirrors. We don't have a rear view mirror. We can't see, what's behind us. And if you're directly on our passenger side, we have a blind spot there too. The other thing is, if you're in the city where there's a traffic light and you see a truck with its right-hand directional on, you'll notice a lot of times you'll see the truck swing over to the left, and we have to do that because we can't just turn on a dime. So you don't want to, again, be following that truck right behind and then say, oh, well, he's going to the left, and try to pass him on the right-hand side. That would be very bad for you. I've seen it happen a lot. I've seen cars get literally run over. Driving a truck is, you're always having to pay attention, through adverse weather conditions, heavy traffic, mountain passes. This load I took out to Utah, for instance, I probably went up 10 to 12 passes. And each pass, your average speed is anywhere from 35 to 25 miles an hour as you're going up that pass. So you have to understand that it's not that, we're just driving slow because we want to. That's as fast as we can go. But we need to keep it steady going up. I'd have to say my biggest complaint that I see a lot, almost on a daily basis, is vehicles not using their directionals. They're there for a reason, whether it be in a car or a truck. You need to use them to signal what you're doing, what your intentions are. Are you going to turn? Are you going to get into another lane? It really helps us out, so that we know what's going on. But I see it on a constant basis. More and more people, they just don't use their directionals. They're on the phone, or they're not paying attention, or they just don't care, So, I hope that helps a little bit. Right now I'm going to be taking my 10 hours off. And if you don't know what that means, a truck driver can drive 11 hours. And you can have a total of 14 hours on duty. What that means is you can only drive 11 hours. But you have your pre-trip, your post-trip. Those each take a half hour. So there's an hour there. So that's 12 hours. And then a lot of times you'll get to where you're going to drop or what have you. And that's counted as on duty, not driving, which still goes against that 14 hours. After your 14 hours or your 11 hours driving, you have to mandatorily take a 10-hour break. They just came out with a new law that basically anywhere between 1 and 8 hours, no more than 8, you have to take a half-hour break, and that's on our dime. We don't get paid for that. So, what else am I leaving out? Basically, then we have what we call a 34-hour reset. And I believe it's after I'm not quite sure. I think it's 156 hours or 168 hours, something like that. You have to take two days off, but you have to have your time be off. During those 2 days, you have to be off between 1 and 5 in the morning. You can't, for instance, take off on a Friday and then start driving at 3 in the morning, on Saturday or Sunday. You can't. It has to be after 5 in the morning. So, my point is there's a lot of math and calculations, and you got to figure out your hours and your drive times, and you got to do your mileage when you cross through each state because there's fuel tax, and there's just your log books have to be accurate, your mileages, and then of course you have your paperwork for the load you're carrying, your pre-trips, your post-trips. I mean, there's just a ton of stuff going on. You have to make sure your truck's running properly, that, you check your oil, you check your tires, you do all kinds of stuff. Your windows are clean, your mirrors are clean so that you can see. All your lights are working, your directionals, no leaks, no mechanical issues. Because a lot of times as you're going down the road in each different state, they have scales. And when you go through those scales, you roll through at, anywhere from 5 miles an hour to 3 miles an hour, usually 3. And as you're going through, they're checking everything out on that truck. You have the proper paperwork, and they know all that. They automatically know it's in their system. On my trip out here, Idaho, for instance, I had an expired hazardous endorsement for the vehicle, and it was $10. But it's just something they know, and in the process, they can do a level 1 inspection or all the way to a level 3. A level 1 is the more intense inspection, and a level 3 is, just a basic inspection. So you always have to be prepared. Your paperwork always has to be accurate and up to date. And I told my wife, if you try to lie on your logbooks, the worst time to do it, you shouldn't have to do it at all. Really, you shouldn't. But if you have to do this or do that, when you're tired, I want to tell you, it's real hard to fudge your logbooks or, have your math exactly right or, try to figure out this or that so that everything comes out right. Boy, it's just tough, So it's better just to try to keep things legal. And with Clean Harbors, it's not, that's the only way we can do things is legal. And it's not that hard because they don't really push us, to that point that we need to get into lying about stuff, And I like that, It's a good company I work for. I feel like I'm doing a good service to, the people in the United States here. And, and I just want to kind of give everybody who doesn't drive a truck an idea of what it's like. Right now I'm parked. I'm not driving, as you can see, no seatbelt, and no noise. It's the evening. It's about 9 o'clock, and I'll probably wake up in the morning and hit the road. I usually like to run at night, but sometimes that doesn't work out that way. And you might say, why do you like to run at night? And I do because there's just less traffic. And, scales are closed. It's a lot easier to drive. I don't think that anybody's ever really done a video, not that I've seen, that really explains to people what it's like to drive a truck, what it entails. We have all kinds of things in this truck that we have to keep an eye on. Our air gauges, our temperature gauge, our oil gauge, you name it. I mean, we've just got, fuel gauge, just everything. But I enjoy it. I've been doing it for a long, long time, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's taken me a lot of years to find a good company. Clean Harbors is an awesome company to work for. They're out of Massachusetts, my hometown, and I'm proud to work for them. And I hope that I've helped all of you understand a little bit more. I'll probably do another video here tomorrow or Friday. I'm heading home. Actually I'm empty, so that's really good, because I can pull those passes really easy. I don't have any weight on. Just pray it doesn't snow. So you all have a good night, and I enjoy kind of filling you guys in on things. I hope that I've helped everyone understand a little bit better what truck driving is all about. So have a good night.